Hey guys, Fias here with a face shape. I'll be reviewing a couple of things today. The first being the Azalea City Suds to the nines. There's a label right there. And I got the sample. Comes wrapped up. It's a good little chunk. I just took a little piece off right there. And I'll be sharing this with the other groomsmen so they can kind of give their inputs on this. And I've got it lathered up with my AKA Brushworks that I put a Venturian knot, I think it's a V14. And it lathered up really well and really easily. So I've got some ice cube on just for the menthol because it's hot in Georgia. But having used this base before from Arthur at Azalea Cities, I know it performs well. So that ice cube is just for the mentholation. And I didn't want to use the Star Jelly because even though that's more mentholated, the Star Jelly pre-shave, it's so mentholated that it can affect the scent that I get in my nose because it's so mentholated. It's a pretty strong scent, which is okay for me depending on what I'm using. If I'm using a mentholated soap already, or a soap that I know what it smells like, or a really strongly scented soap, I don't mind the Star Jelly pre-shave. But if I want to get a feel for the scent like this one, because I don't smell the ice cube really on me when I put it on. Got a nice creamy lather. And so what I did was, Arthur at Azalea Cities came out with a few new scents, and I really wanted to try them without having to buy the full sets. So he put out some samples, which is very nice. Razor's going to be the Alpha Outlaw with the regular plate. I don't know what they call it. It's not the mild one. It's the .71 blade gap. It's got a 4th use Nasset, which I usually don't use more than 3 on any blade. 3 uses. Super smooth. But so Arthur put out some samples, and I finally pulled the trigger on buying some. And I bought To the Nines, After Dark, and some Beach. And they all smell great. And the price is good. I think it was like $3, $3.50 range for each sample. I'll put the information somewhere down here. The scent notes on this, again, I'll put it right here, but it's a relatively sweeter scent. It really reminded me of 345's Fresh Cut Fade, so for slightly different. I mean, this one probably had a little bit more fruitiness to it, to my nose. But they're both very nice. Very similar. And that they're both very fresh smelling. And I had my wife smell all these scents, and she agreed that they all smell good. And she liked this one a lot too, the To the Nines. And her first description was, it smells fresh, so. No performance issues with the soap. Slick. Feels good on the face. This base is, I don't find any issues with any bases really that I use generally. I mean, I've got a ton of lather right there. That might be the only issue I might have with certain bases, is getting a good lather or having to use a lot more product. And I didn't use much product at all. I was actually thinking that I might need to use more because I have used this base, but I haven't used it a lot. Not like my PAA soaps and my 345s and Sterlings, where I kind of have dialed it in. But this I use just just the normal amount of soap that I usually use when I scoop, because it's a sample, so obviously I didn't tub load. But it was plenty. I mean, I have enough for 15 passes probably. It was a little bit too much, and I use what I normally use. So lathered up really well. Performance is great. Um, no complaints. And this is one. So my test for if I'm keeping a scent or not, or if I like a scent, is would I scoop it out of the tub or would I tub load? And if I plan on keeping a scent, like I know I love a scent if I go ahead and tub load. I'm not gonna sell it. I know I love it. And this one I would tub load. Now I'm not probably gonna do a video for every scent that I got in the sample. But I did put so included with my 3 sample soaps that I purchased, Arthur added in a vial of aftershave. And this one is the After Dark, which I'll put in the description as well or somewhere on the screen maybe. And that one's a darker scent, but I like it a lot. It's a leather. Well, to me, it's leather, but in the scent description, there's no leather in there. So maybe just how the scent notes play together for me. I kind of get a leathery type vibe, but I like it a lot. Um, and I used that aftershave yesterday afternoon when I got home and I saw I had the samples come in. I wanted to use it. And then the Sun Beach is very nice too. I would tub load all 3 of these, so that tells you that I like them. The Sun Beach smells like you get some saltiness and some ozone in it, but to my nose it smells fruity. Like a if you think of the beach from PAA, it's not like that. It's not suntan lotion type of beach. It's a nice fresh cocktail type scent. And I liked it a lot. It's a different take on a beach scent for me. I mean, I haven't used all of the beach scents that are out there because there's several. Like I haven't used Noble Otters. I haven't used a lot of them, but they're nice. I mean, this one's nice. All right, nice smooth shave still on the second pass. It's an efficient razor. It's not like super efficient like some of my other razors, but it's smooth and does the job. So I had the copper version of this razor and I liked it a lot. But when I was doing a purge, I mean this is ridiculous. I sold the copper razor to Sig Solo, and he said that it's a beautiful razor. I polished it for him and everything because there's some patina on there, but I put a nice mirror finish because I put it to the bench wheel. Came out great. I got a crazy amount of lather. But I did miss kind of that razor and I wanted to use it. And there's Nathan on Buy Sell Trade on Facebook had one for a great deal. He's the guy that posted the Murgrass, um, wherever I'll put it. Okay, this the Murgrass that I won on the raffle page. So, you know, I saw that he posted the Outlaw for sale. I was like, why not? I'll try it again. I mean, I liked it when I had the copper one. I just needed the money for other stuff to fund other things. And this was such a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. And it's in the stainless steel, which I never had before. They they shave identical because it's the same head. Super smooth. Some blade feel. I would describe this as medium aggression, probably like a 3.5 on the Rex Ambassador, or like a 4 or 5 on the Rockwell system, but more efficient than the Rockwell. A little bit more blade positive, I believe, than the Rockwell. It has a 0.71 blade gap, where the 5 on the Rockwell has a 0.69, which is point nice. Um, but this is a nice razor. I believe it's made in China, where Steve, the owner of Alpha Shave Works, lives. But it's very well made. I mean, the tolerances are great. This, I mean, you can't find any better made razors than like this, the Yates, the Rex Ambassadors, the Blackbirds. They're all top notch. The Timeless, above the Tide, they're all up there, and this is up there with all the good ones. Another reason I bought it is because if you look on their website, on Alpha's website, you can't purchase it right now. They're all out of stock, and Alpha's coming out with a new razor. I forget what it's called. So I don't know if they're not gonna come out with this Outlaw anymore. Or what their plan is. So I decided I'm gonna get it while I can, because these don't really go up for sale that often either. The only complaint or only thing I guess I would personally change is I would make this a little bit more blade forward. It is efficient, but I like a little bit more blade feel. Especially when you've got a slick soap, it kind of makes it more difficult to get that feedback. He's gonna feel around, do some touch up on the neck. Nothing there, nothing on the cheeks. Just a little bit on the neck. So I'm gonna finish rinsing off and I'll be back with the post. Alright, and I'm back with the post. I used, I rinsed off with some cold soap, cold water, and then I used a Peak AA alum block. I had a little bit of zinging right here, but not anything bad, no irritation or anything. And I'm just putting on some unscented witch hazel, which I've started doing recently, just to try it. So that's what I'm putting on right now. And then next I'll be using the CAD aftershave, just because it's Catterday. I like this scent a lot. I'll use the EDP off camera. This aftershave has some insulation in it too. A little bit of stinging from the alcohol. But smells great, feels great. My face feels good. Very close shave. So the razor and the blade work great. The soap from Azalea City Suds, fantastic, great scent. I like it. You know, it's performance-wise, it's up there with a lot of the soaps that I use. You know, Sterling is probably the closest one that it comes to for me. And but I like it. The scent's good, the value's good, and can't say anything bad about it personally. But let's recap. I was going to start with the brush, but that doesn't make sense. I used the Azalea City Suds to the 9s. Got the sample right here. And I lathered it up with the AKA Brushworks brush, the Rumpkin, that 345 and the AKA Brushworks put together. It's a really nice handle. And I took out the synthetic and I put a Venturian knot in here. It's probably my favorite badger knot. It's a beautiful knot. And then the razor was the Alpha Bravo or Outlaw, whichever handle this is, with a 4th use Nasset. Very smooth shaver. And then the aftershave and EDP are going to be CAD. Very nice scent. Menthol in the aftershave, just enough to feel it. Nice cooling sensation. So, very nice. I'm happy with it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to comment below. And if you've never subscribed, make sure to try to subscribe and watch our future videos. Thank you, and see you next time.